In the early 2000s, there was a show on TV called 24. And in case you missed it, yes, thank you. It starred Kiefer Sutherland. He played Jack Bauer, who was a federal agent who worked for CTU, the counter-terrorist unit. And he used some unorthodox methods to save America from disaster. The premise of the show and the reason it was called 24 was because all the action took place in the course of one day in real time. So the season was 24 hours long. It was 24 episodes. Each episode was an hour. And throughout the show, there'd be a digital clock that would show up every once in a while, and it would beep and flash and show the time to the second. And in the first season, in the intro, Jack Bauer always said, "Today is the longest day of my life." But the show was so successful, it went on for 7 more seasons, so he couldn't say that anymore. And at the beginning of the show, he would say something like, "The following takes place between 5 a.m. and 6 a.m. Events occur in real time." Well, my dad and I were obsessed with this show. So much so that we called one another, I called him Jack. He's still Jack in my phone contacts. And he called me Kim. Kim Bauer was Jack's slightly idiotic daughter. And at the time, I was living with my parents. I was just out of college, and we binge watched that show before binge watching was a phrase, which kind of makes me feel like Dad and I invented binge watching. Every night he would say, "Kim, we have work to do." And we would watch DVDs of 24, entire DVDs at a time, late into the night, and my mom would roll her eyes and go up to bed. And then when I went to grad school, I took binge watching 24 to a whole new level. I got 3 like-minded friends, and we decided that we were going to watch a season of 24 in real time. And so we were going to watch it in a season in 24 hours. So we thought the most logical season to watch would be season 2. It started at 8 a.m., which seemed like a reasonable time to start. And so we got a digital clock and put it above our TV. And as soon as it said 8 o'clock, we started the first episode. And we would pause it whenever there was a built-in commercial break, which was usually about 4 minutes. And during those 4 minutes, and then we'd pause and wait until the time synchronized again, and then we'd start it. During those 4 minutes, that's when we'd use the bathroom, grab snacks, and I would call my dad. And I think he was the only other person in my life who was supporting this project of mine. I remember the 3 a.m. to 4 a.m. hour being one of the hardest. My friends and I would go outside during those 4 minutes and just sprint up and down my street to just to wake up so that we can make it through. And then when 8 a.m. finally rolled around again, my friends and I, we stretched out the whole DVD cover and ran through it like we had completed a marathon. And then I called my dad, and I don't think he's ever been prouder of his baby girl. In binge watching that show, my dad and I would always say, like, on our deathbeds, we're going to have to look back and think about all the time we wasted watching 24. And due to the unique nature of the show, I can tell you exactly how many days of my life I have spent watching 24. My dad passed away 4 months ago this Saturday. And I don't know if he had any regrets on his deathbed, but I got to be with him. And I can tell you that I do not regret a single one of the seconds I spent binge watching 24 with my dad. Thank you.